GAMERTYPE Originals.
It's time for something brief. I would expect nothing less than greatness from a Firaxis alumni, and Offworld Trading Company delivers. Soren Johnson, designer of Civilization 4, brings us a real-time strategy game that's, well, a little hard to explain. I'd watched some Let's Plays, but it wasn't until I booked through the game's thorough tutorial that this Martian economy simulator started to make sense. Let's take a more conventional real-time strategy game like StarCraft. Now, let's strip out all the combat and military units, and instead of gathering 2 resources like Vespene and minerals, you're actually acquiring the first are harvested from Mars itself, like water, power, and silicon. The second 7 resources, like glass and chemicals, are composites of the first. Instead of a unit cap, you have a limited number of claims to build new structures. If you need more claims, you'll need to upgrade your headquarters or score one in a random auction. Each of the game's 4 factions has a different economic advantage. The robots don't need to eat or drink, so they can sell all their food and water at nearly 100% profit. Scavengers can erect buildings with cheap carbon instead of having to refine steel. On and on. Each of the game's resources can be bought and sold. If you sell resources, you'll drive prices down. If you buy them, you'll drive their price up. It seems like a lot to think about, but it's really simple supply and demand. Winning the game requires feeling out and taking advantage of market conditions. Offworld Trading Company is all about building sturdy economic engines, which are done match by match through 4 non-discrete stages. In the pre-game, you'll scout out a good landing zone on the Martian surface. Unlike a more conventional game, your resources aren't all going to be conveniently clustered in one spot. Based on your faction, you'll need to weigh which minerals are going to be more advantageous to acquire early on, bearing in mind that you'll be flying them back to your HQ manually without teleportation research. For example, if your iron mine is on the far side of the map, good luck making any steel on a timely basis. If you plant your HQ early, you'll get access to prime real estate, but you'll literally pay for being a first mover. On the flip side, time lost is money lost anyway. If you choose a bad spot in this stretch, you may as well give up. In the opener, you'll focus on gathering the first set of resources with your handful of claims. This means mining minerals and establishing a power source, whether by solar, wind, or geothermal means. If you can't reliably make money in this critical stretch, you may as well give up. In the mid-game, you'll have to hone your mining operations and focus on the second 7 resources. Take that carbon and silicon and start making high-margin electronics and glass, which are vital for late-stage HQ upgrades. This is also the point where it makes sense to disrupt other players with black market tools. Since you don't have a standing military, your offensive capabilities are more like temporary debuffs to slow down other players. You can still blow up a structure here and there, but this is really a game about managing your economic ascent and tamping down the others. If you still can't reliably make money in this stretch, you may as well give up. The end game is all about sell, sell, sell. Now that you have a way of producing 3, 4, or more profitable resources in excess, you have to get rid of them. So what do you buy? Well, you may be purchasing modules to help a colony expand, but you might also be buying out your competition while defending your own shares. Even if you're reliably making money by this point, you can lose by not selling quick enough or by not using every last claim you hold responsibly. There's plenty I didn't get into here, like debt, your stock price, the campaign mode, research, being able to send resources off planet for buku bucks, or using the black market to defend critical money-making structures. The learning curve is a steep walk, and while the tutorials help, it can be disorienting to lose a string of matches after the game lets go of your hand. Unlike StarCraft, you won't need to make 1,000 decisions a minute, but the decisions you do make will be far more important and require a full scope of the action. If you're looking for something slightly crazy, highly rewarding, and don't mind a little training, Offworld Trading Company is a must-own.